Here's my ranking of all the X-Men movies. I'm gonna be straight up, I am not a fan of the young X-Men cast, and this movie, nothing stood out to me really, and at this point already, the whole back and forth with Magneto just really got annoying. In this movie, however, the scene where Quicksilver is getting everyone out of the X-Mansion before it blows up did stand out. And I mean, X-Men Apocalypse is a really good looking movie. There are some really good sequences in it. I love the concept of this movie. Mutants in a haunted house situation. That sounds so cool. And the movie doesn't really execute it to its full potential, but I will still say it has its good parts. Wolverine in Japan is another really sick concept, but he's losing his powers throughout almost the entire movie, making him struggle, and I just hated that part. There aren't really any other mutants in this movie, and a lot of the side characters just aren't the most interesting. The movie definitely has flaws, but it tells Wolverine's origin, I would say, pretty well. It has Hugh Jackman as Wolverine as the center character in an on-the-move movie, and it has a lot of fun mutant cameos, aside from Deadpool. I can't believe I live in a world where they got rid of the Merc from Mouth's mouth. I think this movie is great. I'm just not as high on it as most people are. I love seeing Wolverine interact with the younger cast, and I think using Wolverine in this situation as a center character was perfect. I'm just not that fond of the younger cast. Truthfully, to me, the best parts are all the future bits, which we don't get that many of in this movie. I love how this movie steps it up in so many ways from the first. I love how much the story here connects to Wolverine's backstory and still keeping him as the somewhat main character, and still having Magneto in the movie, but not as the main villain, just involved. I am really high on X-Men The Last Stand. I just think it's so fun. There's so many different mutants. There's so much fun action. The mutant war that was teased in the first two movies finally goes down here. And I think all of the storylines coincide very nicely together. Maybe except the Iceman love triangle. Like I said, I'm not too fond of the younger X-Men cast, but in this movie, I thought they were great. This is such a well done origin story for Professor X, Magneto, and the X-Men as a whole with the First Class. Isn't this movie just proof how important second chances are? Ryan Reynolds once again plays Deadpool, but in a completely different and way better manner. This movie does everything right with Deadpool, down to the origin, action, casting, even fourth wall breaking. The first movie got the origin story out of the way, and I love how this one just goes all in with Deadpool. It steps up everything in every way from the first. This movie is just a blast through and through, and it does not miss a beat. I love the first X-Men movie. It's such a classic to me. It's a great introduction to this world. It introduces all the X-Men characters so perfectly. I think the fact that it has Wolverine as a center character